fried pickled mustard potato. Which one is this one?
Oh, was that the one that came like it was like a wrap?
Oh yeah. And then it had the smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a little beaker
Yeah.
kind of. Okay.
Hey, this is Amir,
This is Diana.
and you're watching.
VEGANTWOSOME.
Welcome back to our channel. If this is your first time here and you're interested in vegan food and all other vegan things, in the right place. Sit back, relax, grab yourself some fancy grub, and enjoy this episode. We have new episodes.
Every Sunday.
We are still in Taipei, Taiwan, and today we have an extra special one, don't we?
Extra, underline extra special.
Very good folks, where we at?
Today we had lunch at a vegan restaurant called Monsoon. Monsoon is reservations only because they are very popular. They are recommended by the Michelin guide, so you can expect some fine dining here.
Before we dive in and talk about the food, we got the chance to sit down with Chef Ted and his partner Phil, and they told us a little bit about the restaurant, the concept behind it, and the Hakka cuisine. That's what it's about. So let's roll that interview.
We had the pleasure of having lunch at Monsoon today, which is a vegan restaurant that was on our list of restaurants to visit while we are in Taipei, Taiwan. We also have the privilege of speaking to Phil, one of the owners of Monsoon, who's kindly agreed to give us an interview to tell us a little bit more about the food and the restaurant and the inspiration behind it. So Phil, thank you for doing this interview. We usually don't talk about what we think about the restaurant beforehand, but I'll make an exception this time and let you know that I had a wonderful experience. The food, the setting, the service were all excellent.
Thank you so much, Diana.
So tell us a little bit more about the concept and inspiration of Monsoon.
Well, to begin with, the name Monsoon was crafted by Ted because he feels like, well, the first thought about monsoon is like, what is a monsoon? Monsoon is like a weather pattern that comes into Asia, and it brings with it a lot of, it could be like rain and perhaps even some damage, but at the same time, it brings a lot of renewed energy into certain areas. So we wanted to craft something that it's kind of like what we're about. I'm from advertising and marketing, and he's like the chef, and we wanted to come together and see what we could craft and some possibly help people along the way. I think Ted's all about helping people, creating an experience that can possibly feed you, keep you healthy, and maybe even heal you in terms of your soul and heart and your mind and body. That's why we kind of crafted this whole experience. It's not just about food. We didn't want it to be just about food. We wanted it to be about coming in, spending some time, taking a deep breath, sipping some tea, and then eating some food that is good for your body. When we first started up, believe it or not, we actually sold meat.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we were actually, we sold meat, and I think when COVID happened, Ted had a reaction to the COVID vaccination. He had a cataract in his eye. He's like under 40 years old. Mm-hmm. And it was a kind of a weird reaction, and he had to get operation done. And so we couldn't open because it was just a two-man team. So then he was like, he kept saying, like, he's like, oh, I really want to do vegan. I really want to be a vegan. I really want to do something that what people, when they eat and they dine with us and experience, it's not just about consumption of food, but it's about, getting some kind of experience of feeling and their reaction. So then I was so skeptical because, I'm meat eater. And I was like, are we going to be able to craft something like that? Is there a market? being from a marketing and advertising background, I start having all these numbers in my head. Like, oh my God, this is but I think we persevered. We lost our entire meat eating customer base completely.
That's so interesting that they didn't think that they would want to continue and try that. Vegan food can be good.
That's right. We lost all that customer base, but then we gained all these new friends and people who embrace veganism, who eat vegetarian, who want to eat clean, and even shop owners and restaurant owners, they came and they tried our food. They're like, oh, try this, doing this. So we were our whole world just opened up into the whole Taipei experience of vegan shop owners and whatnot. So they gave us a lot of encouragement.
Back to what you said about this being an experience, I definitely agree. Like just coming in, walking in, the decor, the setting, I'm very curious about that.
We wanted to create this environment where it was soothing and comforting and welcoming, almost like a home, like going to somebody's home. So all our stuff is mostly actually used. It's all secondhand. We found stuff at auctions, we found stuff on the streets, and then we refurbished it ourselves. And then I guess that's the part that makes people feel a little bit like, oh, I've seen this before. It's somebody's house. You know what I mean?
So then, how long have you been in this space?
It's our 4th year. Yeah, and we are incredibly grateful. And thankful that you're having this wonderful place to entertain.
Yes. You mentioned like different ingredients changing with the different seasons.
Yeah.
So are you sourcing like your ingredients locally sometimes and also from other places as well?
Our ingredients are all purchased across the street.
Nice, I love that.
The market is like, the night market is actually a day market.
Sorry.
Tell us more about Hakka cuisine, because I don't think a lot of people where we're from in Vancouver
Right.
have exposure to that.
It's very meat-based. It's very rich, thick, because the Hakka people, I believe they're all originated from like a region in China that's around, I think it's Xiamen, something like that. And I think due to the war and whatnot, they start to kind of like travel and settle in all different parts of Asia. The cuisine, given my mom and the way she cooked the food, there was a lot of yams and pork and there's I would say the food could be, I'd say, consumed maybe like in the next day and something like that. So I wouldn't say that you want to have leftover or something, but there's that sustainable kind of calling to it, if I may.
I want to create what my mom cooked for me, and become new Hakka.
Right.
Because in Taiwan did not have any new Hakka dish,
Yeah.
new Hakka cuisine. No, all the traditional Hakka. Yeah. So we want to create a new thing. Is why not?
Yeah.
Why
Of
not?
course,
Yeah.
something new.
And everyone say, oh, Hakka cuisine must
Must be this, must be that, must be meat.
It must be meat, must be pork. For me, it's no. Yeah. Before, no one do this, but now we do.
Yeah.
And we want to do vegan thing is more about and more about the healthy other thing. Yeah. So for everyone, is Hakka cuisine is not healthy. But now we want to create Hakka cuisine is healthy.
For diners, what do you hope that they take away from this experience?
We want everyone come to here to, wow, vegan can be like this. Yeah.
It's not just a salad.
Yeah. We want to create anything put in the dish to people to eat, to feel inside, or maybe I can do something for the world.
Right.
More, maybe I can change something.
Right.
Just 1 week to eat vegan.
Maybe less meat.
Yeah.
We don't eat.
Yeah.
For one day, even.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
Yes.
1 day even. So for us is we want to become like this because our location is very special. It's night market.
Night market.
Yes.
Yeah. So everyone's a night market.
Everything is meat and snacks.
Yeah.
Yes, I know, it's very hard.
Yeah.
Gluten.
Yeah.
Right.
So we want to change everyone to Night market can be like this.
Or I wish.
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah.
There should be a vegetarian night market in
Yeah.
Taipei.
Yeah.
You have to start it.
Yeah. We need to start.
I think it would be very successful.
Yeah.
Change the narrative.
Yeah.
Change the story a little bit.
Because many people say, oh, impossible, but for us it's not impossible. It's, we need to be the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. First one, and everyone see that, hey, maybe we
They're
can
trying
follow.
it. They're successful.
Yes, yes.
Oh, vegan can mix Hakka. Vegan can mix anything.
Of course.
Yeah.
When I was looking for restaurants to eat at in Taipei, I was looking at Michelin recommended restaurants. Since you were recognized, I assume that it's gotten you more success.
We are very, very grateful. We're very, very grateful. We have some interesting people coming in through the doors, and then some people not so interesting, but at the same time, you know what? It's part of the experience.
Yeah.
I think the thing is we learned a lot.
On Google Maps, you posted this, that Monsoon is maybe transitioning into something else. And I was like, good thing we're coming before the end of November.
Our very, very, very first goal was always to be up in the mountains, to like do a little like, what do you call it in Taiwan, Mingsu? It's a home, like a homestay, like an Airbnb.
Okay.
And we wanted to do something where people will come stay with us like 2 days or 3 days, and we will cook for you. And then we like maybe yoga, some breathing lessons, or we can take you on a trip up somewhere in the mountains. I'm hiking now, which he's better than I am. But it's like we wanted to craft that. That was the first and foremost what we wanted to do from Monsoon. And then this kind of like appeared out of nowhere. We were looking for a place, and somebody said, "Oh, we should do a little bit." So we would never dream of being in a night market or like
Right.
the area.
Right, okay.
So then when the lease came up, we decided like, okay, we don't want to renew it because there was a bit of a jack up in terms of rent and all that. We are going to close for a while and then regroup, and then we're looking for a new place, hopefully in Yamisha.
Oh, cool, yeah.
And something that's a little bit more like where we live upstairs and the shop downstairs, like that thing. But in the meantime, we're going to go back. We're going to go to Singapore, actually. We're going to do a private dining series for like a month in January, February, and then return refreshed for Taiwan, and then probably just do some private dining for now, like a private kitchen. And then when we're good and ready, then we'll get that space that we want to be in up front.
We want to create not just food, it's food to life. What is Hakka life?
What is a Hakka life? Yeah.
Not just Hakka food.
Yeah.
So we want to show customer to, maybe go to somewhere to pick some food.
Yeah, fruit.
Maybe we will grow all the vegetable.
Right.
And you want to eat something, you need to
Pick.
Oh, wow.
something different, just
Something more experience activity.
not just
thing.
eat.
Yeah.
More feeling.
Yeah.
Any food it have some, power, something.
Healing.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Hopefully
much.
that-
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And good luck
Thank you for-
with your new adventure.
Thank you. And keep tabs on us. And hopefully you may join us one day again when we're all settled.
Fun.
Thank you. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, Amir.
What a nice couple of gentlemen, aren't they?
Yes, we were very lucky that they took some time out to speak to us and share with us about their experience of opening up a vegan restaurant in Taipei, and also the future plans that they have for Monsoon.
I hope we get a chance to go to a new place. That would be so amazing, wouldn't it?
It would.
Before we get into the food, if you enjoyed that interview, if you like vegan content, well, guess what, baby? We're the best at it. Press that subscribe
Give it a thumbs up.
and ring that bell so you won't miss any episodes. Food, let's get into it.
Monsoon offers a set tasting menu which comes with a drink and a lot of different courses. And what's really special as well, there are only 4 tables for this lunch seating, and there is only 1 lunch seating. So the service was very attentive. Phil came by and explained every dish and the story behind it, which was so interesting. There was so much thought put into the food and what's behind the food. First, before we even had any food, we had a little bowl of water to cleanse our hands. And Amir was very smart. He told me, it's not for you to drink, it's for you to wash your hands first. So cultured, this Amir. After we cleaned our hands, we had an appetizer of Chinese pear, king oyster mushrooms, and osmanthus. This is the one that had a seashell. And the idea is to put the seashell against your ear to remind you of the ocean, and the flavors of this dish also was to remind you of ingredients you might find in the ocean, like scallops, which the king oyster mushroom substituted.
Yeah, you were supposed to eat some food and then put it in your ear, and then it would make you think about ocean, I guess.
Yeah, what a cool idea. I don't think I've ever been dining and eating, but also listening.
Right.
Next was the dish of carrot, dried radish, and dried orange daylily. This dish was a soup that came in a cup rather than a bowl, so you were sipping on the soup. And what was really cool was they didn't season it with salt. The saltiness of the soup came from the dried radish. So that's another interesting thing, using vegetables to season.
It was so delicious. It was so flavorful. Oh my lordy, lord. I loved it.
Next was the dried pickled mustard, potato, and cabbage. Now this one was another very cool one because the story behind it is that we're supposed to be reminded of what's going on in Ukraine right now, and it's a nod to Ukraine. So first, you're supposed to smell the little container of smoke, and then the dish itself, in my opinion, was kind of like an homage to a cabbage roll, and it had potatoes inside. And Phil mentioned that Taiwan gets a lot of their potatoes from Ukraine. How deep a dish. What did you think?
I thought it was really cool too. Really cool concept. Tasted really good. Smelling smoke before you eat something. I've never had anything like that in my life. So I thought that was really cool.
Is it because they're not fancy people?
Right, probably not, no.
We then had the dragon fruit, banana, and pineapple. What did you think?
Was there banana in this?
Well, the menu that I took a QR code says banana, but I actually think that due to the season, it was passion fruit.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
there.
I think Phil mentioned that how it changes within the season. So yeah, I think it was really tasty as well.
Really refreshing. Sometimes I feel like passion fruit is kind of sour, but this one was really, really delicious. Next, we had the mushroom, pumpkin, and glutinous rice. Again, this is so creative because the glutinous rice balls, you usually have it sweet and it's a dessert, but they changed it to incorporating it into a savory dish. And I thought it was fun. What did you think?
Oh, it was so flavorful. The oyster mushrooms are so delicious. I've never had oyster mushrooms so yummy before. Ted is a magician, that's for sure.
That's for sure. He's very, very creative and innovative.
Yes, talented chef.
And finally, for dessert, we had almonds, cashews, and jujubes. This was kind of like a tart form with a plant-based milk. And what I really thought was cool was they had jujubes on top, and they had, I don't know, maybe air fried it, I don't know, but made it crispy. And I've never had it this way before. It was a very light dessert. I felt it was a good way to end the meal.
Base milk that they used was from some kind of African plant, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I forgot what the name of it was, but really cool that they didn't use just your regular soy milk or almond milk or oat milk, which seems to be a very common plant milk in Taiwan.
And part of our meal included a drink, and he offered us all these different types of kombucha, and I was like, wonderful, I love kombucha, give it to me. So I had the house kombucha, and Amir, well, I'll let him explain what he did.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for being so kind, for letting me explain and speak for myself, since I'm standing right here. And secondly, if you're a regular here, you know that I despise kombucha. Kombucha is disgusting and the world needs to get rid of it. However, that's what they had and I wasn't part of it. I wanted nothing to do with it. So Phil was kind enough to offer me some fresh coconut water. And it was really, really delicious coconut water. I'm a huge fan of coconut water, so that I like. How do you want to rate this experience? You want to rate it as a whole?
Yeah, let's rate the tasting menu as a whole.
1,
1, 2,
2,
3. What?
I give it a 6.
He went rogue here.
No, I loved it. Love the food, love the experience, love the cast who run it. Top notch. I would definitely recommend it. Highlight of the trip, food-wise anyways.
Amir, would you go back to Monsoon and dine again?
Well, like they mentioned in the interview, they're trying to change the concept. They're trying to make it seem like some kind of a resort that you could go there and stay with them for a couple of days and, you know, pick your own fruit, pick your own vegetables, and they cook it for you. And that seems amazing. It seems expensive, but it seems amazing. So, yes, I would definitely like to try that, 100%. How about you?
Yeah, the new concept that they're going to introduce sounds like a wonderful experience. It's like a vegan resort idea. I've never been to one, and I've always been interested in going to something like this. They would do an amazing job. The food they create is just so inspirational, and the two of them are just such kind people.
Well, I hope it works out for them. I hope they make millions of dollars doing this, and then maybe they could fly us out and then just put us up for free. That'd be cool.
Take a look at this restaurant we also reviewed on our Taipei trip. Will we like it? Please just watch and you'll find out. Thank you for watching.
Shay Shay.